So let me get into the best thing that I saw this week, and baffling. And then we'll get into some quick topics. Can somebody please explain to me what the hell is going on here?
That was mine too. I ain't saying you nothing, Jalen, but that's mine.
I figured, we can share it.
That was idiotic.
What's happening right here?
He said,
and this is y'all team, huh?
He said he was looking to amp them up and get them fired up or something. It's just the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
LeBron has done this, but it was.
He did? When?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the date and time. Look it up. It's out there.
Was it this blatant?
It was a mistake though. Yeah, it was this blatant.
But he said he tried to do it.
I know he said that. I think LeBron's was just a brain fart. But at the end of the day, like this is the team that y'all say is the best team in LA. Fuck out of here, bro. All 3 out of them 4 dudes is cornballs when it comes playoff time.
So you think he's lying? You think he did that by accident?
No, I think he did that on purpose.
Really?
Because James Harden is that corny.
Damn, that's crazy.
Okay. And y'all trust this guy.
You don't think it was a brain fart?
No. No.
You believe it?
I believe it.
That's crazy.
All right,
this is the craziest thing I've damn near seen in NBA.
Yeah.
I looked at this several times.
Bro, I watched it at least 10 times in a row.
Yeah, I was like, I can't.
Because I'm trying to figure out what the hell was going on. But yeah, okay. All right. Well, anyway, somebody said he fake blocked Ingram. I guess that's the LeBron, Brandon Ingram, maybe. Let's jump into some quick hitters here. Gambling has made its way to sport, and Jonte Porter,
damn Jonte,
is apparently on the hook for being investigated for apparently, I guess, point shaving, something like that. So. Is this going to be a problem? Because the NBA just did something with gambling a while ago. So news broke about that, and now we got this story.
It's definitely going to be a problem. Jonte Porter, that's Michael Porter Jr.'s brother.
Yep. And what happened is Jonte, first of all, there were irregularities on him as a just personal person, people betting on him. Like usually you don't even get bets on him. So they noticed that there were irregularities about people betting on him and the unders for the game that he was taking. $20,000 and for a prop bet, not even a game bet. It was like that he gets under a certain amount of minutes or rebounds or points for a prop bet, $20,000. So they noticed that more people were betting on that than usual, and then they pulled a tape on the game, and he had to leave the game for flu-like symptoms.
Yes.
And then he did it again and had to leave the game because there was an eye. He said he had an eye.
Something happened in his eye. Yeah.
So you have that in the sense of the speculation is allegedly that he knew that someone around him or him was taking the unders, and in order to avoid going over on the stat line, he checked himself out of the games.
Was it that much money on the line?
It was $20,000.
Yes.
The reason that they noticed, they had an investigator from Vegas. I heard him on a podcast that I was listening to. He said the reason that they noticed because it was that much money on the line.
Yeah, for
because
him,
people usually don't bet on him. Now it's not a lot of money overall per se.
It was just some
but
weird
it was
bets.
enough of a spike, like stocks.
Is this enough for him to do this shit?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Compared to his NBA check?
Not worth it.
Oh, it's
But
worth it for him. No.
Being a dumbass and saying I can make an extra 40, 50 grand, yes.
But
not in the sense of
your brother
I can
got all that
cash out
money.
and I'm going to be rich forever if I do this.
Your brother's a Supermax player. If I need some money, I'm going to get it from my brother.
But still, how could you be stupid enough to try this, though?
That's just ridiculous.
It don't make sense because at the end of the day, these dudes with these type of contracts, they're making 6 figures a game.
He makes
a game.
His yearly. They said his yearly average salary is $800 and something thousand.
He's on a 2-way contract, $415,000 this season, and he was trying to make an extra
50 grand.
He might have just thought it was
He
something
get somebody
easy he
pregnant
could
too?
slick by.
Sound like.
But like I said, his brother's a max player. I mean,
yeah, but that's his brother money, bro.
Do you think he that dumb?
get
bro?
some of that.
Do y'all think he's that dumb?
yeah, I think so.
Crazy.
I think so. You think you can slip under the radar? Some of these people be like, man, I'm good. I can just slide through. And
Yeah,
this is what happens.
Yeah, you're not that smart to beat the NBA.
So I just did the math. You said 800,000 over 82 games is like right up under 10 bands a game. So I thought y'all was talking about Michael Porter, but his brother, his brother not making that. Not making that much.
So you saying that to say you could see him doing it?
I could see him doing it. Yeah.
That's insane that he thinks that he's smart enough and won't get caught. That's crazy.
But everybody that commits crimes thinks that they're smart enough to outthink
criminals. We talking about an athlete though,
right?
Like we talking about a dude like
he's trying to get away with
basketball,
murder.
bro.
He's trying to get away with it. He definitely thinks he can.
Well,
I think that speaks to a larger problem with the people. Like they may start becoming in sports. Like he ain't the only person that thinks like this.
Of course not.
So when do you start seeing this shit play out in the NFL, soccer, baseball?
You see something in baseball.
Seen it.
yeah. So and there's no Annalise Keaton to get away, help him get out of this shit. But the other thing that was newsworthy, Shelton, was this Ohtani shit that's going on.
Yes.
What's the deal with that? Because you were in the chat saying it was crazy. You were right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's the storyline?
4.5.
Yeah. So his interpreter, who is a friend of his,
Longtime friend. They actually
hired by the Dodgers.
Yeah, the Dodgers hired him because it's his boy, and
as an interpreter.
Yeah, and he's his interpreter. Now he catches for him in the All-Star, in the home run derby. Like he trains with him. They're tighter than
that's
tight.
his man's.
A-Spoon.
That's his man's.
Yeah.
Homie.
Yeah, and so initially the report was that Ohtani, he gambled. Ohtani loaned him the money or gave him the money to get out of it. But when they realized, whoa, you ain't supposed to do that, came back and was like, okay, well, nah, he ain't had nothing to do with that. I ain't have nothing to do. They took him out of it. And it's just a real shaky situation. It's not looking good. It's not really looking good. But with Ohtani being the face of baseball, one of the greatest players of all time, it's going to be very difficult to kind of pin something on him because the guy is going to be, hey, look, the league is looking at you like, you can't ruin the greatest thing we have. Pete Rose was like, I wish I had an interpreter back in the day. I saw Pete Rose say that. I thought I was going to die.
Said that.
Wait,
it's true.
So you're saying that Ohtani's best friend,
Yes.
since forever, is about to be a fall guy for Ohtani?
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
It looked like it. It looked
That's what. That's
What
what.
do you mean it
That's
look
what
like it is?
Already, because he already changed his story and said, "Look, I took it." Basically, he took the money, but
he didn't change it. Ohtani changed it.
He said it too, though. He ended up
Ohtani
saying
and
it too.
people said it.
And but Ohtani logged in to give him
The
access.
money, yeah. He said he had access to his banking account and took the money out of it.
That's crazy.
It's a lot.
So Ohtani did it, so he's
wild.
blaming his own. So his boy's gonna take.
He
it.
tried.
allegedly.
Well, Ohtani now is acting like I didn't have nothing to do with it. I didn't even know.
Yeah, like
Thanks
he
for
robbed.
I didn't know he was
Thanks for throwing that
gambling.
alleged in
Yeah, I
there.
had to
That's
put
what
that-
he had alleged. He was like, I didn't know he was gambling. I didn't know he took the money. I didn't
Yeah.
know none of that. That's
So
just
he
my
robbed
man's.
him. Yeah.
And they tried to say that now he's a liar. He tried to say that he worked for the Red Sox and he didn't. He tried to he worked for another team and he didn't.
Right.
But like you said, that's his
his-
man's
that's
from
his
back in the day.
partner.
Why did that even matter?
Right.
Y'all was gonna hire him anyway if he
Right.
worked for the Red Sox or not.
Yeah.
I do think it's really interesting, and baseball might have a pickle on their hands if people continue to dig into this. If they leave it alone, like if reporters leave it alone and be like, okay, we'll take you at your word for it, it's cool. But if people continue to dig into this, I think they may find something that they.
But
try
that's
to
why
be
they're trying to bury it
smirchified.
under the rug
Yes.
right now.
Oh, they are.
and that's the reason why they
Agreed.
switched up the story. That's why. And look at ESPN. Like nobody's talking
Ain't
about
talking-
it.
Ohtani meal ticket. Like
Yes.
he went to the Dodgers.
He's
the
baseball.
Dodgers, yeah.
Ohtani is baseball right now.
Everything based around baseball this season is based around him.
Yes, he
So
is
he
the face
gotta,
of
like, be
baseball.
clean.
So yeah, and he's on the Dodgers now. So
Yeah.
he's on the top team.
The Dodgers spent $1 billion in
Yeah.
the offseason to be good.
So
they
they-
own every Sunday night baseball for the
Yes.
ESPN. Everywhere you looking for baseball, it's going to be Ohtani and
So
the
y'all
Dodgers.
trying to besmirchify that man's character.
Who, the translator?
Yes.
Dang.
So yeah, he
Hey, the
gonna,
translator, true ride or die, man.
For real.
he
bro.
got to
The
be.
fall for that.
He got to
real.
be. And like I said, I don't think it was just Ohtani telling him to do that. I think that came from higher ups.
Yeah.
Like, look, bro.
So you're impressed by that? Huh?
I am impressed by that. I ain't
Well-
going to lie to you.
What about pro days? Were there any QBs you were impressed by with pro days? Did anybody get a chance to watch any of that?
It wasn't McCarthy, I'll tell you that.
He was bad.
Yeah, not at all.
Wasn't J.J. McCarthy.
I like
didn't
Joe
watch,
Milton.
but- Wow.
When he waited and threw that joint 80 yards, that was very impressive.
Tennessee quarterback?
Yeah, we saw Anthony Richardson do that year before.
I just said,
Why did you look like this?
I ain't say nothing, bro.
Obviously displayed the cannon of the arm that he has. I think he's like the biggest boomer bust quarterback prospect in this draft.
Who again?
Joe Milton. Because he obviously has all of the physical intangible.
Yes, he
Motherfucker
does.
big.
6'4".
Have you?
He's athletic as all get out. Not getting no pub though.
Yeah, he's not getting no pub. So
Why y'all think that is?
Cause he black.
I'll stop.
nah,
100%.
Because Anthony Richardson got all
Because
the
he
pub
black.
last year.
2024 with the best quarterbacks in the league are black, and you think it's still because he black?
Yeah, it's cause he black.
I don't agree with Shelton there. There's a wide receiver I can't remember. You know I'm bad with names. I can't remember his name, but he didn't run that good. He ran, I think it was like a 4.6 something. But they're talking about he's probably going to be the sleep. If I see his face, I'll know he's
Who
tall.
you know who you play with?
I think it's a red white and red jersey. He's tall. He's like 6'4", skinny. But anyway, he ran like a 4.6 something.
That nails it down.
Yeah, I know.
A black, skinny, tall guy playing receiver.
Yep.
You know Rob think we all looking like this.
But no, they were mentioning him with Puka Nacua, and the reason being is partly the reason why Puka fell was because of his 40 time. And what's his name? Not Mel Kiper. Who's Joe Klatt? I think it was Joe Klatt. He was talking about when you run a gauntlet, right? When you're running down that line and you're catching the balls from each side, pause.
That's crazy. Catching the balls from each side is insane.
When you're running down that line and you're flipping and you're seeing, the throws coming at you, Puka was the quickest last year. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you look at tape and you see the 40 time, the tape tells you he's not a 4.6 guy.
Yeah.
He plays way faster than that, and they're saying that he's gonna be the damn. I'm gonna try to find this guy.
They're saying it's Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman, thank you.
Yes, Keon Coleman, Florida State.
Yes,
Yeah.
he ran like a 4.6 something, which obviously is going to draft
He a
his
running
draft
back or
stock.
receiver?
Nice.
He a
He's a wide
receiver.
receiver, and he's nice.
Nice.
Super nice. I
But
love
when you
him.
watch him run down that gauntlet, it was, hey, wait, hold on. What he ran? Like you ran faster in this thing
Yeah.
than you did in the 40.
Yeah.
So yeah, Keon Coleman, he's gonna be nice.
Yeah,
he's
he's
gonna
super athletic.
Yes.
He's super talented.
Yes.
Super strong.
Yes. He's gonna change the fortunes for a team devoid of wide.
And
wide
it was
receiver.
Eric Jones that pointed out. He said he super chatted this last week too.
Oh, he did.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
About Keon Cole.
But yeah, Keon Coleman is not. He did. Yes, he did. Keon Coleman is really nice.
Yep.
And you're right. I talked to a guy, and I think I mentioned this last week too. He played quarterback in college at my school, but he ended up going to the league
Alabama?
as a receiver. No. South Carolina State University. But he played quarterback in college, and he played wide receiver in the pros, and his brother was a wide receiver, and he said, he's faster than me, but I'm quicker than him. So it's about quickness, getting in and out of your breaks, making the moves, and making plays. Because CD ain't fast, but he's just dominant, and he knows how to run routes. And
Separation.
He's super
About
athletic.
separation.
So those type players tend to do well, and to me, he's on that type time, because that's who he kind of reminds me of. But Joe, speaking on Joe has to work on his touch. Joe Milton has to work on his touch passes. Joe got a cannon. He got the strongest arm in the league day one. When he steps on the field, there's nobody.
Kind of like
in the
FIFA.
league, wait, hold on.
No, he does.
In the league, what?
In the league.
In the NFL?
In the NFL, he
So
has
you
the
say he got a
strongest arm.
bigger arm than Josh Allen, bigger arm than Pat
Strongest
Mahomes.
arm.
And Trey Lance?
Not Trey Lance. Nobody got a bigger arm than Trey Lance. I said the strongest. I ain't say he the best. I'm saying he has the
No, big, like
Yeah,
I know,
look
like
it up. Look
throwing
it
it.
up. Yeah, look it up.
Oh yeah,
That boy can throw that ball.
look. If you would have said top 3, top 5, I'd give you that.
Look it up.
But over Josh Allen and
Look
Pat,
it up.
I don't know.
I'll show
Coming
you.
into the league is crazy.
Yes. No,
That's
we're not
crazy.
talking about nothing but his arm strength
Yeah, I'm
and
saying
how far he can throw a
coming
football.
into the league, arm strength number one.
Yeah,
is
they
crazy.
got commercials about him throwing how hard he throws. That's what he's known for. But the touch passes is what he has to work on.
Commercial that people pay for.
to promote his arm
yeah.
strength.
They just talking about
They
how
ain't gonna lie. There's no way they ain't
Nah,
lying.
it's a ESPN mocking how hard he throws the ball. Like they're mocking.
Who you think should take him?
Who, him? Ooh, that's a good question. He should go somewhere and sit behind somebody and be that guy that you groom
Like
to replace.
the Rams or something like that?
You're somewhere like that. That'll be really good. Where you can go somewhere and sit behind a vet. You ain't got to worry about starting right now, son. Just learn the game. Similar to how they did with Hooker at Detroit. Hooker at some point, well, I don't know how he's been paying out, but that was, the plan was for him to eventually be that guy at some point.
Where in Detroit?
I don't know either, because that's funny.
In Detroit. You remember they drafted him? What round did they draft Hendon Hooker in?
Let me tell you this right now. He ain't never.
He's not gonna see the field in
Dude
Detroit.
ain't never gonna play in Detroit.
This
You
is
might as well
before.
forget that, bro.
This before we knew what
that
golf.
ain't never gonna happen, bro.
No, when they drafted him, that's what they drafted
You
him
talking
for.
about the black dude from Tennessee?
Yes.
Man,
you know
stop,
what?
When
bro.
they drafted him, nobody knew golf was gonna have this type of season. You thought they were gonna keep golf? Look
Listen,
it up.
man, he's never going to play in Detroit.
No. I agree with you now, but I'm
Right.
saying when they drafted him,
You thought he was gonna be?
You thought they drafted him to replace golf?
yeah, they didn't think golf was gonna do what he did this past
that
year.
was a DEI hire, bro.
No,
That was
We gonna
all
look
it
that up.
was.
We
Golf
gonna
could
look
be
it up.
terrible, bro, and I
That
don't
was
think
diversity
they
and
would.
We gonna
inclusion.
look
That
it
was
up.
all it was, bro.
We're gonna look it up.
That was diversity and
I'm
inclusion.
gonna show you when they talked about him. They talked about him one day replacing golf because golf. They weren't sure what golf was gonna be. He hadn't ascended. Detroit had that season this year that kind of put him up there. But if you recall, all those years before, it was kind of like he was the question mark. They talked about replacing him last year.
So you talking about like teams that could potentially take Joe Milton? To me, I would like the Dolphins third,
Dolphins
fourth,
is what I was
fifth
thinking about,
round.
too.
You know what I'm saying? Late
that's a
round.
good
We could look at a team like the Rams. I don't disagree because obviously with who the damn head coach? What's his name?
McVay.
Golden Child.
McVay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With McVay, that's like you can learn a lot, and he could take lemons and turn lemonade. We've seen that. Let me see another place that he can go that I think would be a good fit.
I like that, Miami.
I like him in Miami because Tua is questionable. They're talking about even taking a first round quarterback with Penix potentially.
Miami is?
Yeah.
That's so disrespectful.
Well, I don't know if that's coming out of the Dolphins camp, but just talk around the draft and stuff is saying that
crazy.
Penix is a better fit because of the bigger arm than Tua. Everything that Tua does, Penix does, but just bigger body, bigger arm. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he could learn 1 year. Not having to start, you can move on from Tua. So
Yeah, that Dolphins team is confused right now. I don't know what they're trying to do.
yeah, because it's very interesting, right? Like, because didn't they just re-up Jalen Ramsey?
Did they? I don't know if they did or not. They let Christian Wilkins walk, which they should not have done. And they lost a couple other players that were.
They did,
Heart and soul.
but it's a money thing, and then they're gonna eventually have to pay Jalen Waddle. You know what I'm saying? So it's Miami's
Keep
in
Christian Wilkins though.
Huh?
I think you should have kept Christian Wilkins.
I don't disagree.
He's gonna be a bust at the Raiders though.
I don't know about that.
I don't think he's gonna be good.
Well, you playing on the
You
same
don't-
D
you don't
line as
resign
Crosby,
just
though.
'cause of
Yeah,
that
but you don't
picture.
resign D tackles though. Like that ain't. And at his age, he 28, 29?
Yeah.
You don't do that. It's too-
But he's solid. He's solid.
Yeah, he was the heart and soul of that
he
defense.
may be okay, but he's never going to live up to the.
Oh
check
no,
that they signed
100%,
for him.
100%. And here's the reason why I do agree with taking a quarterback in Miami. I don't know if I agree with taking one in the first round. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not hitching my trailer to Tua, and I've said that for years now. Tua is a very solid, good quarterback. But I don't think he's worth that money that is going to take to pay him, because now you're going to have to make a lot of roster decisions that's not going to allow Tua to look as good as he is. And I'd rather reset the quarterback timeline from a money perspective with somebody else, because I do believe in McDaniels as, one of those guys that's, could take a mediocre guy and elevate him. You know what I'm saying? So for me, if I'm the Dolphins, I'd probably take a quarterback.
Well, shit, go get Hendon Hooker from Detroit.